coaching this generation's real estate superstars. Harris Real Estate University.
So Jonathan, we have it. I know Greg is sort of reinforcing this with his idea with what he's doing in his community too. He's just, but we have people join the university all the time that, they say, how many of you guys were reading our stuff even before you enrolled in one of our classes? A lot of you guys were forever, right? Mm-hmm. And that's a cool thing about any sort of online stuff where you're providing original content is you really do create this sort of long conversation, and then people say, okay, I'll buy. I'll call you for a
It's a relationship.
Well, yeah, and I think when I started Active Rain, I'm grandfathered. I'm like 500 points. Everybody's chasing me, and they'll never catch because once you're ahead. But I was just blogging to blog and not realizing that I wasn't directing them anywhere, or that call to action speech. It was like, oh, here's my thoughts on this. And they were kind of getting trapped in Active Rain and going to the next person's article on it and that, as opposed to linking back to my world. Because once you link back out of Active Rain, they become exclusively your...
But Eric, you bring up a good point. Jonathan and I were touching on that at lunch. Who's successfully, or how are you seeing realtors build the bridge from sort of this, Active Rain, virtual blogging, what have you, to actual closed transactions?
How am I seeing it? Is the question, am I seeing it?
Of course you're seeing it, but is it something that's happening in mass? What are the people that are doing it? I know the Darnies do it, for example, and some of the people in this room.
I'm surprised. I don't know. I don't know the actual direct answer. I meet a lot of people, and I try to get
numbers.
I try to get ideas. Here's one idea. We launched a testimonials portion on Active Rain 6-7 months ago, where basically on the very bottom of your profile, tucked far away, if you had a success story, you can write about it. And in the last 6 or 7 months, I think we have about 2,500 success stories written from people closing business from Active Rain. So I think there's a lot of people closing business.
We get points for that.
I think you might get some points. I'm not sure, like 100 points. I don't know. But yeah, I think there's people closing a lot of business. I think it has to be part of your repertoire. It can't be your sole thing. You have to. It should be your best thing, but it should be one of many.
Right. So what do points mean to me on Active Rain? I'm writing a blog. I'm expecting it gets out there, that certain people read it if the content's right. So am I hearing that the points matter to me too, as to how that content gets out?
Not how Google indexes it, but when people come to the site, we rank people based on the points, and I think consumers think that the higher the point, you've been actually rated.
It's a perception thing.
It's a perception thing.
All right, so it's nothing that's being done modeling-wise.
With a caveat, though. Remember this whole rating thing I was talking about earlier? Well, to see that rating thing, I imagine points might make sense. That would be the thing.
So that's where you stars.
Maybe. I don't know. Possibly.
And what keeps me so freaking competitive, man. I love it.
Now you've got this thing coming up in a week or so, the Active Rain Camp. Are you guys going over information like this in this Active Rain Camp? Or?
Yes. So Rain Camp, this has been kind of hardcore stuff, right? I'd say Rain Camp is like 8 hours of hardcore stuff, but delivered more eloquently. Slower, yeah.
And it's being recorded.
And it's not me giving the talk. It's a top producing agent and some other people on our team. But if you guys are in LA area, you have to make it. That's I can't say it any other way, but you have to make it.
We'll just send our videotape.
What's that?
Yeah.
Look at it. You have to make it on April 15th. Or May 15th. Yeah, you have to make it. So it's called Rain Camp. You can look it up at raincamp.com.
So it's great to hear good things when we do good stuff. Inevitably, somebody's going to blog something bad about one of us. How easy is it to get rid of that?
You can respond, or you can leave a comment. On Active Rain,
like it's forever, as you said. So you got to be careful what you say because it's out.
Hey Tim, do you want me to talk a little bit about our culture? Or do you have to try stop?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to hear about our culture a little bit?
Of course, sure.
Okay. So I can find it. Building community. So the question is, how can we get bad comments off of Active Rain? In building community, or actually, let me step back a second. When you build a business, traditionally, you first build a product, and then you have a good product, and over time you build a brand around that product. And then if you're a really rare, fortunate company, you build a community around that brand.
For free daily coaching, go to timandjulieharris.com. Harris Real Estate University.